Yo, what's happening, everybody? I hope y'all are having a wonderful day. Sun shining bright.
And we are back.
It's the Bryan Bros. You know what to do. So, as the NBA culture, all our people as we follow and watching and hear what's going on. A guy named Jalen Rose, former Raptor. Shout out Jalen. He has a name when he likes to predict the future called Rostradamus. And for everyone that's been hearing stuff, we just kind of want to get our views of what's going on. So, Jalen Rose said in one of his recent podcasts, he feels during the opening of his, I guess, Raptors summer, when he gets his moment when he comes to play, he should get his ring, which he should, because he brought us a championship. But also, they're saying, saying he deserves his jersey to be hung and retired already.
No, I don't think so. Let's get into it,
That's
man.
basically what we want to get into today.
I do not agree with that.
That's the main topic. But let's get into some things first before we get there.
Wait, man, I'm not salty and bitter. I know whoever's watching this is like, yo, why are you so salty? We'll get into that in a minute. All right.
So, the first question I want to ask, I want to get your opinion, and by all means, to the people too, we want your opinion. What do you feel qualifies someone to have their jersey retired? That's a question I want to ask you first. What do you feel qualifies
a jersey to be hung, like in the arena?
Jersey to be hung from the rafters? That number, can't use it again, the whole 10.
Is there like a official like explanation or like definition of why it should go up and all that stuff? Because I honestly don't know. But if I had to guess, I don't know. Like, they changed the culture of the team. Obviously, they were an amazing player. They scored, a tremendous amount of points. Yeah, maybe they brought the team a championship. Maybe not. To be honest, I don't even. What is the definition? I have no idea.
So,
I know that they were an amazing player, all rounded, right? Yeah, they changed the culture of the team.
So
that's about all I think. They just had a huge impact on the team.
I hear you. So basically, I looked into it a little bit. It's pretty much self-explanatory.
I actually did not look into it. I had no idea.
It's pretty much self-explanatory, people. But
how? Tell me.
Just to give it to you, what basically qualifies you is the type of impact and the contribution of what you've brought to the team. So
I'm right.
But yeah, you're right.
Oh, okay.
So if you've brought a title or you've left a big impact on the team, carried it on your shoulders the whole 10, but you've left something there with the culture, some type of impact of your contribution towards the team.
A person who comes to mind, Charles Barkley, because he didn't win a championship, but he has his jersey hung in the rafters because...
Well, depends on what team you're talking about, the 76ers, Phoenix Suns.
I think it's the 76ers or the Phoenix Suns. Don't quote me on this.
Oakley did went to work.
But I know because when we watch TNT, they're always talking about it yo, Charles, you never won a championship, but he had such a huge impact. And I know that his jersey is hung up in an arena that I do not know yet, but I'm gonna look that up.
Definitely. So there's been a number of players that we're gonna get into, but the second question I do want to ask, because we pretty much gone to the first one. Toronto, as we know, has been around for about 25 years. For all y'all that know, we've been around since 95 and been holding it down ever since. But here's the thing, which is causing, I don't say controversy, but it's bringing up some questions to the people and to you, sir. Do you feel like it's too soon to be retiring a jersey already for Toronto and putting up some legendary guys that's been with our team.
Yeah, because we don't have any hung at the moment, right?
I looked into that too. We have no jerseys hung right now. Absolutely none.
So this is like related to like what Jalen Rose was saying. Like, should we?
It relates to it, but do you feel like it's too soon to be doing something like that right now?
For the Toronto Raptors?
Yeah, to be hanging somebody's jersey up high in the rafters.
Yeah, I feel like it's too soon, especially if we're talking about Kawhi Leonard. It's way too soon because there's so many other Raptors who are legendary, who have changed the culture, who have impacted the team in a major way. I know you want to get into like some of those players and we'll go through them, but I think it's too soon. Like, especially for Kawhi. Like, bro, you're only here a season, man. Like, of course he brought the team a championship, but it's like, I think it's too soon because you got to pay respect and homage to the players that were there before and have already changed the culture, right? And were amazing players and that need to be recognized. So I think it's too soon for that. And if you look at some of the other NBA teams, they've been established for more than 25 years. The Raptors are at that mark, right? And yeah, I just think maybe it's too soon.
Okay, so scratch Kawhi right now. What about the other players that's been around, like since Damon Stoudemire going towards? Do you feel like it's too soon to hang like a Stoudemire jersey? Let's say.
No. I think that's about time. Like it's due time for sure. And if you want to get into the players, we can do that. Who we need to pay homage to? There's one specific player.
There's a lot of specific players, but took some time. Shout outs to the Bleacher Report. Went on there and tried to look at some players who definitely have paved their way in history that deserve to be acknowledged. And there's about, let's say, 14 that they have that comes to mind. And I'll just run through a couple of them right now. So, honorable mentions that they have named is T-Mac, Charles Oakley.
I forgot about Tracy McGrady, you know?
Tracy played a big part too for the time that he was there. He did end up venturing to Orlando, but he did play parts. So
imagine, sorry to cut you, but like imagine if Tracy McGrady and like Vince Carter, like they stayed together and they developed together.
If that happened, this conversation about is it too soon, I feel be over. Let us know. If that were to happen,
go ahead.
If T-Mac and Carter stayed together and won a ring, do you think their jerseys would have been already hung? In my opinion, yes.
Facts. Yes.
So
100%.
So we said
100%.
T-Mac?
Yes, 100%.
It's facts. So T-Mac Oakley, Charles Oakley, for y'all don't know, he was one of the big OGs that held it down.
Yeah,
and Marcus Camby have been like honorable mentions. And that was from the Bleacher Report. Just giving you guys that. The other players that were named that now should have their jerseys hung in the rafters, if we had to, would be DeMar DeRozan, Jose Calderon, Alvin Williams, Andrea Bargnani, Doug Christie, Morris Peterson, Antonio Davis, Damian Stoudemire, Chris Bosh, and of course, the man, half amazing, Vince Carter. So, I just named a couple of what they put out. If you had to pick your top 5, let's say, of whose jerseys would need to be hung, from that list or from your mind, whose jerseys would you hang right now?
Alright, number 1, Vince Carter, for sure.
Yep.
And I just want to stay on Vince Carter for a second. I think that it's time that Vince Carter makes his return to the Toronto Raptors, has his final season here, and let him go in peace. I think they should even retire his jersey that same time if they were to pick him up and retire his jersey, let it go up in the Raptors the same time that he comes back, which that's not going to happen anymore. I think he just agreed to
Atlanta, so that's a spoiler.
Yeah, I know. That's pretty unfortunate. I wish they could have worked that out. Masai said he was trying to do what he could do. He got to take care of business first and then look at, some other things after, which, yeah, they were trying to get him back. But Vince Carter, number 1, in my opinion, Vince Carter is number 1. Another person that I would say is Charles Oakley. I don't know why that came to mind. You know, the Oak, he did a lot for the Toronto Raptors in terms of culture, just trying to bring that aggression, that rough style of play, and kind of establish Toronto as a team that, like, we're not like jokes, you know. Like, I believe everybody in the NBA kind of thinks, oh, Toronto Raptors, yeah, like, these guys are soft, and I think that he fought against that. So, Charles Oakley.
Shout out to Charles, man.
Alvin Williams, because he had that dangerous step back. Yo, we used to watch...
That cross?
Yeah, the cross in the step. Listen, man.
Back, yo. Woo.
We used to watch those games, and I used to copy his moves.
Alvin used to work with that snatch back,
for sure, man. He was a staple for the Toronto Raptors. I don't know how many seasons or how many years that he stayed in the NBA, but I know he's a legend. His jersey definitely needs to be retired and hung, as well as they can't use the number anymore, right?
Yeah, if it gets retired, you can't use that number anymore.
Yeah, so Alvin Williams for sure. Chris Bosh.
Yep.
Wait, how many? I got 5?
Nah, so far you said Alvin.
Wait,
you said Vince, and you said Oakley.
Alvin, Vince.
So that's 3.
Oakley.
You need 2 more.
And then Chris Bosh.
You said Bosh? Yep.
Yeah, Chris Bosh. Guys, Chris Bosh, them days when he had, is it singles or dreads or something?
When he had the
dreads. Yo, that CB4 was dangerous. He gained that 3-point shot a little later on in his game.
Yeah.
It was more efficient, but he was a pure scorer, man.
Yeah.
You know, defensive guy. His mid range. His mid range was on smash. His mid range was nice. Chris Bosh did so much for the Raptors, guys. Those of you who know, you know, right? So we used to watch all those games when Chris Bosh played for the Raptors.
Your last guy, who is it now?
I feel like saying Marcus Camby because we share the same birthday. That's the only reason. But I always remember that, by the way. Okay. But besides that, not Bargnani, not Jose Calderon. Oh no! Oh, everybody would have looked at me like, is this guy crazy? Oh, yo, honestly, like, I don't know what just happened there. I don't even know how that slipped.
You blanked out.
Yo,
I hope you're that's all right, bros. I got you.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I appreciate that, yo. I appreciate that.
Five, man.
They would have crucified me. Like, how you forgetting DeRozan? Like, I don't understand.
Man.
Okay, yes, DeRozan, but let me explain my thought process. So I was trying to go back and, you know, all the guys who paved the way.
Yeah.
So it just happened to work out that I said DeRozan last. Oh, yo. Okay, I gotta have one more. Kyle Lowry.
Of course.
Kyle Lowry. Like, come on. Like,
Kalo.
Yeah, but that just paved the way. Like, guys, I went back, you know.
Yeah, you got
paid some homage, paid some respect, and then DeRozan, and obviously, well, then and Kawhi too.
You can say top Kawhi, 10, top 7,
Kawhi,
top 5 right now. Just your players in your mind.
So
how about that?
Yeah. So I guess then DeRozan and Kyle Lowry, because Kyle Lowry's a champion. I wish DeRozan could have been a part of that team, but you know what?
Man, that would have been big, man.
It didn't work out, but. You know what? We got a championship.
We do.
So, Toronto Raptors, they brought it home, and it's amazing. But yeah, those are, I think, for me, the top. What about you?
Top guys. If I were to go and pick, number 1.
Wait, is there anybody out of my picks?
No, there's other people you can pick, but I have a couple others.
All right, shoot.
I have some that are the same with you. So, for me, I'll make this generally pretty easy. So,
pretty sure.
Damon Stoudemire. He was Mighty Mouse paved the way for the Raptors, man. First, Rookie of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
That guy, not even just that, just period.
Yeah.
He was like a big staple of the Raptors culture. Like, he was like the face of Raptors, man.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of them. 2, I would say Vince Carter. Vince Carter definitely deserves to get jersey hung. That's
it's a no-brainer.
Chris Bosh deserves to get one. We already said that. Debo, of course, up there.
Yep.
Lowry deserves to get his jersey hung. Alvin Williams, I agree with you too. Another guy, if I had to pick like enforcer and who showed that wasn't soft, that I feel should get his jersey hung, Antonio Davis. That guy put his heart out every night. on the boards, bodying guys. Like,
yeah,
he did a lot of like that dirty work behind the scenes that you needed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
I appreciate that. Another guy that kind of like comes to mind that put in a lot of work and blood, sweat, and tears for the team, Morse Peterson. I feel Morse Peterson did so much for the culture.
He did.
He remember the one shot where he's against, I think, Washington, and then they pulled on his headband and he still threw up that three, got it in. Like,
I remember that.
Yo, Mo Pete did a lot of things. Shout out to yourself, Mo Pete.
Oh man, guys, like
there's a lot of other guys.
Yeah,
but like
I could have. Remember that picture that we seen on Instagram, like with all the Raptors players? Obviously, not all of them.
There's a lot of guys there that paved the way and did history. So like, there's a couple more that I might forget, but just off the brain, those guys right there, I feel definitely should deserve to get their jerseys like hung. They carried a wave.
Yeah,
I can even say, debatable, Jose Calderon. He paved the way at a moment when we were down. The point guard position was pretty big when him and TJ Ford were battling it out.
Yeah.
And then him and Larry ended up taking over. But like, there's so much history within the culture.
Because if we say
one day, I can't say like right away like the guys I've named, but like one day, because he put in a lot of work.
If you say Jose, then I feel like you should say TJ Ford. And if you say TJ Ford, I feel like you should say Mike James.
Because Mike James didn't do like stuff like what Jose did, what Jose did. He put in a lot of work.
I think you say Jose. You can say Jose if you want.
But it's pronounced. They say Jose though, because Jose
called their own.
But
get out the salami and cheese, man.
Put on a lot of work. We have so much history in the culture that's done so much. So I feel like it might seem too soon. I know Kawhi's name should be thrown up there. So in my opinion, he shouldn't get his jersey hung as soon as he gets his ring. I feel like that's too soon.
Don't agree
but
with
once his career's done, hang it up. Even though you've played 62 games with the Raptors. You've been there for that 1 year. You've done a lot of things and brought us to places. You brought us to NBA Finals.
Yeah,
you got us a ring. Man. You did things that changed the culture so like rapidly, and
that was quick. You're right. That was fast.
It was quick. It was like
if you guys think about it, that was quick.
1, 2, 3 ring, and then unfortunately he left. But he's left us with something that can't be taken away.
Yeah.
So, when we talk about what qualifies you, I feel like he's hit and made the qualifications. Number one, he's made an impact on the culture. His contributions that he put in, they were questioning him about load management, saying because of his San Antonio days he couldn't play. He proved all those people wrong. He's brought in the city to... I've never seen the city packed up so much like that.
That was insane.
We've seen the games. We've seen the beginning of Jurassic Park before the Kawhi days, when DeRozan and Larry were putting in work and the other guys, and seeing how Jurassic Park was getting filled. But Kawhi put in so much work and getting us to the finals and all those things that you brought you shut down the whole street. Like, you shut down like blocks.
All the streets in Toronto, man.
We had a parade. I'm not taking anything away from the guys, but what Kawhi's done, I feel he does deserve it. He's brought us a title.
Wait, his jersey just to be hung?
Just to be hung. Not hung
as soon as the
season over starts. That's too soon.
I feel like that's disrespectful.
I understand you're excited about that.
Yeah.
Too soon.
Nostradamus.
You gotta pay homage to the OGs. You're an OG yourself. We pay homage to you. Shout out to playing with the Raptors too. Jalen Rose definitely deserves too.
Does he actually deserve for his jersey?
He knows about Toronto. I remember the days watching commercials and he'd be like, "Yo, what up, T-Dot? Yo, we bringing a championship home." And like, he's culture, man. Jalen,
you didn't
shout yourself out. You know what though?
But he
still
changed the culture,
affected
it. Yes.
What qualifies you is the impact you made and what contributions you brought to the city.
Yeah.
These guys, all of them did play a big part, but we have some other standouts. But the main thing is, Toronto has been around for 25 years. I feel that it's time to at least hang up one or a couple of jerseys and start making your progress.
Yeah.
Because, man, Toronto, number one, You can't ignore these jerseys. They stand out big time.
Yeah, you cannot.
Two, there's so much highlights and memories from Toronto that, like, I feel like it's about time. The city believes that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think it should all start with Vince Carter. In my opinion, I think it should start with Vince. Vince is the reason we have the identity that we have. Obviously, not as of recent since we won the championship, but just, you know, I don't know. Just when you think of Toronto Raptors, I still think of like Vince Carter and how he affected the team and the city, like. Just, I don't know, like, his explosiveness,
you can't
his
deny
dunks.
Vince was electrifying.
Yeah, he was a legend, man.
The 2000 All-Star dunk-off champ.
Like, yeah, like, just to name a few things. Obviously, he didn't get a ring, but right?
the impact that he left was big. For me, I believe it started from Stoudemire, man, Mighty Mouse, because I just remember watching this small guy just, like, bully his way. Scoring like crazy, performing through the roof. Isaiah was there holding him down. You know, the one season I think when Jordan was like slapping the whole league, and Raptors were one of the teams that picked up a dub. Like I was like, yo,
yeah, that was pretty cool.
Like
I don't really remember watching that, but I know I was born in that.
I remember a lot of those, the Del Currys, the Tracy Murray. Like there's a lot of guys.
Yo, Del Curry.
If I had to say who I want to see jersey hung first, I think Damon deserves it. He started us off, you know. I feel like it's.
I guess like you like. It's just right, but when I think about Vince Carter, just like not only did he affect Toronto, but I feel like just the whole basketball culture.
He brought notoriety to the world.
The whole basketball culture. Vince Carter influenced it, and you know, just being a part of the Raptors organization, I think that's the man that you guys have to pay homage and respect to.
Respect on that,
right? I know. He went through that era when he's like, I'm not gonna do no dunks, or I'm not gonna do nothing.
Can't dunk no more.
Can't do all this or that, and then he left to New Jersey and started throwing down the hardest dunks I've ever seen him throw down. But you know, you gotta let things go. Like that's in the past.
When it really comes down to it,
I was gonna say he's a new man now, but he's an old man.
When it comes down to it, you just can't deny or ignore the impact that he left on Toronto.
You can't deny it.
A lot of us in the city do appreciate it.
Yeah.
And, you know,
it's taken some time to get over the hurt.
I think a lot of us has gotten over it as a city. We're appreciative for what Carter's done.
Remember when we were heartbroken? Like legit. Do you remember that feeling?
I remember how much it hurt, and what even hurt that much the most was what we got back in return. Not batting up the other players, but we didn't get fair justice of like we're giving away this guy for like I'm not. That's a different conversation. But all I'm saying is like,
yo, I remember being
when that happened, like, and Vince said that like he wanted to leave and he left. He couldn't jump no more. And Jason Kidd threw this guy a lob like.
Yeah, remember when he dunked on Alonzo Mourning?
Oh my goodness! Like around the back, beat the first guy.
Like that's a staple dunk. And then like the 360 layups. Remember he went through a phase.
Remember one point when we used to do the 360 with him standing there watching Tina. We'd be like,
"Yo, you know what's so funny? I'm looking
Vince, man, come on!"
I'm looking right here, and I'm seeing Vince Carter do a dunk on like this little Bleacher Report ad. Like, it's meant to be, man. They gotta hang up that jersey ASAP.
Raptors, there's definitely Raptors jerseys needs to be hung. I feel like it's about that time.
It's about that time.
We definitely can now have these championship talks. So it's like, let's start hanging some jerseys. But just to sum up everything in a whole, we do believe that it's time. Kawhi, yes, he does need to get his jersey hung. Not now, though. Shout out to all the players that's left in Impact. And we appreciate y'all. And to everyone that's watching us.
Yeah.
Jump in the combos right now. Like, name your top 5 Raptors that you feel deserve to get their jersey hung.
And why?
And why
do you say the players?
And also,
why?
Do you feel like it's too soon for Kawhi to get his jersey retired and hung up? Or do you feel maybe we should do it now? Let us know, man.
Yeah,
hit up those comments,
as soon as he...
Like,
so
talk to us, man.
So Jalen Rose is saying as soon as he comes back to play the Toronto Raptors in a Clippers jersey.
Opening night, like first game that he comes down, hang it up.
Like nah,
he's entitled to his opinion because,
and we are entitled to ours as well.
He's a baller. He probably knows some other things that we don't know, like an NBA baller. But at the end of the day, come on, Rose, man, we love you.
Yeah,
man.
You gotta pay
there's some other guys
first.
that have been putting in.
Yeah, you can't just
before the time. But hey, he did what a lot of other Raptors could not do.
Yeah.
So it's debatable. That's the reason why this discussion is so good to talk about.
Yeah, I'm hurt about Vince right now, man. Like, honestly, I'm feeling some.
Be happy that he's still around playing.
I'm feeling
ball,
some
man.
type of way, but he wanted to retire in a Raptors jersey.
You know what? I believe what will happen is they will sign him a 1-day contract.
Play one game?
Not one. You know those when they let you sign that 1-day contract, so then you can like retire actually there.
Okay.
Hang up your jersey.
That would be nice.
That'll probably happen.
That's another conversation.
Or maybe when he comes to play in Toronto, they should hang up his jersey.
I like that idea better.
Sounds good.
These
so
are
hey,
the Bryan Brothers thoughts and opinions. You're entitled to yours as well.
Let us
Go in
know
the
what you
comment
think,
section.
man.
Yeah.
Let us know who you want to have their jerseys hung, who deserves it, why, and if Kawhi deserves it. And fill us in, man. We love the feedback. But hey, thank y'all for taking time to watch the Bryan Bros.
Yup.
We appreciate y'all. Comment, subscribe,
all that
send
stuff.
some love.
If you enjoyed this episode,
subscribe.
If you like the Bryan Brothers, you know,
subscribe.
Yeah, like, hey, this topic, just subscribe.
And by all means, not to ramble on too much, but hey, go check out our last episode, last podcast.
Yeah, go check it out.
We got a lot of content, man. So hey, support. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for taking your time. Love is love. We the Bryan Bros. We out.
All the best.
Ooh.